this massive, what, 15-foot-long chain right in the middle of the ring.
You know, you can arrest somebody but so many times in his life. You know, when you get arrested more than once or twice, you start to kind of feel a kinship to that nice, pretty 4x6 that they shove you in. Well, sitting on my porcelain throne, I had knowledge bestowed upon me that gave me the ambitions to write a little sweet poem to my future cellmate, Terry Knight.
Future cellmate?
So, as I'm sitting there contemplating all these knowledgeable thoughts that are bombarding my mind, I came up with a little Shank manuscript, a little poem I want to show to you.
Manuscript? That's a roll of toilet paper.
When the dimly lit sun sets upon the rocks, painting pretty pictures of my sweet Goldilocks, with your soft, blonde, curly locks of hair, bend over, turn around, and you'll find Shank there. Hatred and love. Hatred and love is all the same. With pain comes pleasure, and with pleasure comes pain. So go on, grab my belt loop, boy, and hold on tight. Smell pretty, wash clean, because that ass is Shank's tonight.
Oh my.
What a charming thought that is.
So let's have it. Tie a chain to my wrist and tie it to yourn.
Yearn? Did he say yearn?
Don't scream too loud when you feel that pleasure burn.
I think I'm going to be
So
sick.
call your wife and tell her you ain't coming home because you're sitting high on a mountaintop with Shank on the throne. I'll leave you with this. One small, simple thought. With just 2 cigarettes and a roach clip, your ass was bought.
Okay. And he read it on his own personalized stationery.
Poetry with Shank. A unique way to introduce this next contest, a chain gang match between Shank and Terry Knight.
That was just the first 3 stanzas. Look at the Shank holding still while the chain is being manacled of sorts to his right arm. Somehow I imagine a hard time thinking Terry Knight doing the same.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. I'll get to the mic.
Before this bout starts, Terry Knight, there's a couple of things I need to address.
He needs to address to you.
For interference in the match between AJ Styles and Romeo Bliss, Jeff G. Bailey, you were fined $1,000.
1,000 bucks! Ah, serves him right.
For attacking Jesse Taylor, you are fined $5,000.
Uh-oh, the tab is mounting.
For being the ugliest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life, you're fined $3,000.
Wait a second, I need a calculator to figure all this out.
There's more. For this bout, you are banned from ringside.
That hurts even more than the money.
And if you don't get to the back by the count of 10, I'm gonna hold you down and let the whole front row kick your ass. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Jeff is livid.
5,
5 more counts to get your tail out of this arena, Jeff.
7. Come on, you ready? That's right, get out of here. Because whatever Al wants.
Unbelievable. I can't believe now, you obviously have a lot of power here, Al, but I can't believe you actually managed to get that shyster, Jeff G. Bailey, out of the arena at a cost of considerable money to himself.
That's right, I fine him, I ban him from ringside. That's what you can do when you're the most powerful Jew in professional wrestling today.
Okay, reminds me of another joke, but we'll leave that one alone. Thank you, Rodeo.
And Terry Knight now getting tied up. Only about 12 to 15 feet separate him from his arch nemesis, Shank.
And a nemesis of some considerable power. We've seen Shank capable of more violence than virtually anybody here at NWA Wildside. And with a chain involved, and it's legal, God help both these competitors.
And this is unfamiliar territory for Terry Knight, the mat tactician, the longest reigning United States champion in the short history of Wildside, but he finds himself way out of his element this time around.
Starting off with a tug of war, replacing the famous collar and elbow tie-up, and now a good old clothesline. Always works with or without a chain.
That's right, and now Shank, stalking his prey, finally decides to pick him back up.
And there's obviously no running, and certainly not with a chain manacled to your wrist.
That's right, Terry's got nowhere to go. He doesn't have Jeff G. Bailey to help him out. It's one-on-one, finally, he against Shank.
Boy, you know, unfortunately, with all of the matches that we've seen here at Fright Night 2000, that one of Jeff G. Bailey's hires are involved, it seems like poor Terry Knight's getting the short end of the stick here, in addition to having a chain tied to his wrist, and doesn't have his manager at the ringside, and his opponent is Shank. If anybody might be close to toast, it just might be Terry Knight.
And Shank read a little love poem to Terry at the opening when Shank first came out, and basically said for 2 cigarettes and a roach clip, he bought them.
Yeah, I think Shank would rather you refer to it as a sonnet.
Oh, well, forgive me, please. But now Shank thrown on the mat, and there's an elbow, but with the added force and the added strength of that steel chain.
I think Shank felt that with a chain involved in the match legally, that would give him an insurmountable advantage. But Terry Knight, as we've said ad nauseum so many times here at Wildside, is such a complete competitor that with or without a chain, Terry Knight is a man to be dealt with. Always.
That's right, and in this match, in order to win, you're going to have to drag your opponent to all 4 corners. And Shank, very powerful, very explosive, very dominating, but also, I don't know if he has that long an attention span.
No, I think he might have an attention span long enough to touch 4 corners. At least one would think he would.
You'd think he would, and again, you'd think this match plays into Shank's hands, but perhaps it doesn't. And let's face it, Terry Knight and Jeff G. Bailey seem rather quick to agree to it, and Terry Knight busted open.
Oh, it doesn't take long. I guess once again, with a chain involved, skin is bound to break. The skin has broken.
That's right, the skin has...
Cat Stevens song.
And speaking of the skin has broken, still to come that menage a trois with Jeff G. Bailey.
So to speak. It's a menage a trois match, I might point out, not legitimate menage a trois.
Hey, you never know with Laz involved, but now Shank stalks, perched upon the top rope, and comes down with authority.
Oh, right across the throat of Terry Knight. And obviously the attention to be made to the head, the now bleeding head of Terry Knight. And once again, Shank up to the top rope.
Well, Shank wants to hurt Terry Knight. Knight first attacked him back in July after Shank had an incredible cell block match outside the NCW arena with Timber.
People still talk about that match.
And he actually put Shank on the injured list.
Jeff G. Bailey at the ringside, and we owe you a debt of gratitude, Jeff. Al, thank you. Plus no, I was going to refer to Jeff.
Plus, NCW now has $8,000 more in our bank account, which I can use to pay off some debts from when Total Destruction trashed the A Club again last Thursday night.
We're assuming Jeff Bailey's check is good, right?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not taking a check from him.
Okay, he might just give you bent pennies.
Wooden nickels.
Are those still good?
I don't think so, but now Shank trying to pull Terry Knight up and charges in with a clothesline, and adding further damage, he had that chain wrapped around his arm as well.
Oh dear, and a quick tug. It's actually almost kind of like an elaborate tug of war this is turning out to be, with a long chain, and now a chair is figuring into here, and that's legal as well. A chair to the face of Shank. followed by the foot of Terry Knight.
When you were growing up, Stephen, did you ever think that you get paid for saying a chair to the face?
I would have to check my old diaries, but I don't think so.
And now Terry Knight has things his way, the calculating, cunning, crafty grappler has been, but now Shank holding on literally for dear life.
Well, Terry Knight is trying to almost like tear Shank in half by tugging on that chain, but Shank ain't budging. At least not yet, he's not.
Trying to literally draw and quarter Shank, but having not working, but steps on that right hand, and that causes Shank to go down.
A swift kick will certainly do a number on anybody, even Shank. Both combatants, they've got to be hurting at this stage in the game. The chain involved, the violence involved, the chairs being thrown all over the NCW arena. I think both guys kind of regret being involved in this match right now, but I think Shank, he's kind of smiling.
Yeah,
I think he's kind of enjoying this.
Yeah, the sick, sadistic soul that he is enjoying this. But when he wakes up tomorrow morning, I don't know how much he'll enjoy the pain he's in this very physical bout here at Fright Night 2000.
I think Shank's just happy he's just not in the pokey again. He spends a lot of time there, it seems.
Yeah, he does. Recently arrested and able to be released for this match. But now Terry Knight wasting no time.
Well, maybe he wasted a little bit too much. Oh, Shank counts number one.
There's two.
James Hampton just told me that was number two.
Now a little slowly, but there he got three. Now he's going for number four.
Don't go for the drama. Shank just tagged number four for Pete's sake.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
He stepped over that chain.
And since there was a hold involved, since there was a move involved by Terry Knight, the count ends. Both guys will have to start all over again.
Shank's momentum broken up, and that means they'll have to start all over. Terry Knight, does he want to inflict more punishment on Shank, or does he want to go for the quick victory? Looks like he's going to pick him up.
There's no quick victory in this match. Sorry, Al.
Well, not quick, period, but quick at this point. He's wrapping that chain around his right knee. Oh, and right to the midsection, nails Shank.
It's actually quite a clever move. And I don't think he would have been able to do that with Jeff G. Bailey to ringside, because Jeff G. Bailey and clever sometimes don't go hand in hand. He's going to do it again.
Yeah, he's going for it a second time. Positioning Shank, and once again, that knee to the midsection.
Wrapped around with that chain. Oh, dear. Now, even I have a hard time imagining Shank coming back from this.
There's two.
And as soon as I say that, Shank gets up from this.
There's three, but there's Shank.
Trips up Terry Knight, destroying the momentum that Terry had. He was one turnbuckle away from winning this match.
So close, and yet
so far away. Come on with me, come on.
And now Shank, dropping both his hands down on the forehead of Terry Knight with that chain wrapped around it, adding more damage to the already busted open forehead of Knight.
I don't know how much these guys have left. Both guys are severely wobbling. Back to tug-of-war time. And in a tug-of-war, I vote for Shank.
I vote for Shank too, but Knight cheated and used that boot, although it's not cheating in the match, but it's cheating under normal tug-of-war rules.
Normal tug-of-war rules?
This isn't.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was a good move from Terry Knight. Could have sprained an ankle on that one.
Or could have sprained something worse than that.
Yeah, could have sprained the scrotum. The scrotum sprain.
You got to watch out for that, but now Shank going back to work on Terry Knight. Oh, I think he heard you.
Didn't know I was shouting out moves for the combatants in this match. Oh, Terry Knight is obviously in no shape to be touching any four corners. And Shank right now is obliged to choking the life out of Terry Knight while Terry fights for life. Yeah. Oh, boy, Terry's hurting. Oh, dear.
Terry in big trouble. Maybe you need to shout some moves out to him. Hey,
I'd rather not. He's on his own in this one, baby.
At least we don't have Heyman shouting lines for us to use like Gertner does. But now
I know, but he shouts out good ones, though.
Oh, very good point. And now Shank's got two. Shank trying to drag Terry Knight over for three.
But Terry Knight is not particularly draggable.
Yeah, Shank just inches away from that third turnbuckle. But Knight holding on to that chain and getting back up to his feet, and oh.
And Shank headfirst into the mat. I believe this mat used to be actually white at one time, with all the blood everybody's shed now it's all actually turned red.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here in the early days. It was very white.
Not anymore. And obviously some blood spilled here. So far it's Terry Knight. And if Terry has any other to say in this match, the blood of Shank will be spilled momentarily.
That's right. This is a personal issue between these two. It's not just about winning. It's about revenge. Terry Knight wants revenge on Shank for stealing that U.S. title.
So Terry's actually making his way to the turnbuckles. We're number one. Hey, Terry's actually making some headway, making some progress here.
Look at the strength with which he's able to pull the 300-pound Shank. But now, looks like Shank draping his leg over the chain to cut off the slack. But now Terry Knight gets it. That's
he has
three.
One more away.
That's three. Can he do it?
Come on, Shank. It's tug-of-war time. One more time. Can you do it?
Inches away from victory is Terry Knight. Can he do it? No.
And met a clothesline from Shank in the process. And Shank is up, and he is fired up. Gets that form of adrenaline that only comes around once in a blue moon. And Shank's enjoying it right now, and Terry's singing higher.
Lee Tidwell flashback. There's a chain to the chimichangas. And Shank now grabbing the left leg and going to town on the lower region of Terry Knight.
The nether region at this stage in the game.
Go for a pin, but again, pinfalls don't count.
I think Shank's gone a little loopy with all the violence involved in this match. Okay. Shank's at it again. I don't know. I think Shank might actually have the momentum here. And as soon as I say that, Terry Knight comes to his feet. What?
Three, and no. Knight pulling him towards the outside. Now he's got that right arm.
He's going to try to rip the wrist off of Shank's arm.
Tying that right arm up. And that's the arm that Shank broke in that cell block match and in the post-match when Terry Knight attacked him with the U.S. title.
What the hell is that?
It's Yankee Doodle.
That part I got. Is that copyright?
There's one by Terry. There's two. There's three. Oh!
That's not quite four. Boy, at the last split second, Shank springs to life. Choke slam.
Choke slam with that chain wrapped around the throat of Terry Knight.
Here we go again. And once again, now Shank decides to go hit the turnbuckles clockwise.
There's three, but just not enough left in him to go for that fourth. And Knight trying to break his momentum while Shank trying to reach for that corner and all.
Oh, and the momentum of the third turnbuckle was broken. Once again, going back to square one.
What a grueling match. Both men have given it their all, put just about everything they have into it. Whoa.
Hey, this might work. Oh, wait a minute. Shank thinks so too. He's tagging the turnbuckles as Terry is.
There's two for Terry, and there's two for Shank.
Does Terry know what's going on?
He has not a clue. There's three for both men. And now Shank nails Terry. Nails Terry.
You know, Shank can still tag a turnbuckle.
That's right.
You know, Shank, you can still tag the turnbuckle.
Come on, Shank.
I'm saying this one more time.
Wait a second.
Wait, Jeff Bailey's at a ringside. I guess you didn't ban him from this match, huh?
I did ban him, and he's back, and he's not alone. Oh, no. We are about to win, and here come these police officers. Brought out by Jeff G. Bailey.
No, why are they arrested? Uh-oh, and there's the fourth tag from Terry Knight. Terry wins the match. The police stop Shank from tagging that fourth turnbuckle and put him in handcuffs. What heinous act did Shank do now?
Lord only knows what he did, but whatever it is, he's going back home.
Now, wait a second. Maybe these cops can stop Terry Knight from beating up on Shank, or they can throw Terry Knight in the pokey as well. What did Shank do this time?
I have no idea. I don't believe it. Once again, Bailey pulls a fast one, and Shank, it looks like he's going back to the slammer.
What's going on? It seems like the police figure into more of these match endings here at Wildside, and I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have Cornelius Finest available for some occasionally rude circumstances, but this is getting a little ridiculous.
Once again, the winner of the chain gang match